Hello, YouTube. Well, my batteries are reading at 11.6. They were at 11, actually 11.3 this morning. So it is that time of year where the sun is just not shining bright like it used to back in the summer months. So what that means is I had to plug in today. I had to plug back into power. Bummer. Oh well, you know, it's only mid-month, so I think that's pretty impressive. I went from April all the way to October 17th without being plugged in, just running off of my 160 watt solar panel. I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about, you know, some of my thoughts about being unplugged on running on solar here while staying at the RV park. So, you know, the question is was it worth it? Was there much of a savings doing that? And, you know, looking back on it all, I think I don't really think it's really worth it. You know, partly because of just the propane situation. With the size tanks that I have on board the camper, I have to fill up about every 30 days. And propane in this town that I'm in here in Florence, Oregon, it's running about $2.50 a gallon, $2.49 a gallon, somewhere in there. So, you know, that costs me about $23, $24 to fill the tanks up every month. And if I was just plugged into power, I'd probably be spending around $30, $35 a month, approximately, somewhere in there for power. You're talking about a $10, maybe $15 difference per month from being plugged into power and having the benefits of just having power, you know, the hot water tank and electric fired hot water tank instead of propane. So I think while staying at the RV park, I think next time around I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to just rely on solar. I just don't think it's worth it because, you know, to go and change these tanks out, it is a hassle to do it like once a month. If I was just plugged in, I would only have to change the propane out maybe once every 4 or 5 months. I mean, maybe. It doesn't, the cook stove doesn't use that much propane. Refrigerator, for example, it consumes a lot of propane. I mean, it's the bearer of, it consumes the most propane of any appliance in the camper. So, you know, what a lot of people do, I think I know YouTube channel Northwest Hiker, he has a small cooler. He's got a small electric, well, it could be, I think it might be electric, but it's a plug-in. It's a DC small little chest for refrigerator, freezer chest that he uses, and then he plugs that into his solar, and that works out really, really good. So I have had a lot of thoughts about, you know, going to a different type of refrigerator freezer combination than this onboard, you know, freezer refrigerator. I mean, the onboard one, it's great, it works great, but if you're just running on propane only, it really consumes a lot of propane. From a standpoint on saving money, I don't really think it was worth it. I don't really think that I really saved much by doing it, surprisingly. And then, you know, you just got, yeah, so there's definitely some benefits there. You know, being off-grid, camping, that sort of a thing, boondocking, yeah, I mean, the solar it's definitely the way to go. But I think just being docked up here at an RV park long-term, I have mixed feelings about it. So I guess that's all I wanted to share off with you guys. You know, some of the other things, like, you know, just the hot water tank. I typically I'll run it for a little while and then I'll turn it off. I don't leave it continuously running, but if I'm plugged into power, a lot of the times I just leave the hot water tank on all of the time. But if I'm running on propane, then I will turn it off to conserve to conserve propane, because once you heat up the hot water tank, it will stay warm. I mean, you've got 6 gallons of hot water, so depending on how much you're using, so you can definitely conserve some propane with the hot water tank. See, the camera's up here, so I'm practicing looking at the camera instead of this direction. So